Hey everyone, my name is Matt. Welcome to my shop. Today is May 16th. This is my weekly shop update. So I have been in the shop working on the porch swing daybed thingy. Let me show you that first. So this porch swing is pretty reminiscent of the bed that I just finished because this is essentially a twin size bed. This is sized to hold a twin size mattress, and then it can hang from the ceiling. There'll be some holes past the uprights here. You can hang this thing from the ceiling. You can hang out in a bed on your porch. That sounds pretty nice right about now. So up here, I am gonna have a curved front, or this curved, I don't know, angled rail thing is gonna end up with a curve. So I'll have a nice concave curve in here on top and bottom, which I think will make for a nice little subtle detail in the overall piece. And this thing's probably gonna be pretty heavy. This is all ash. It's all just over inch and a half thick. And it's gonna be all pretty solid. I made the, all the frame joinery is all out of the Festival domino. I bought the domino 3 years ago, and I really haven't used it for an actual project before. It's like as the primary joinery method of a piece of furniture. I use it for alignment aids, and on the live face bench, I use it in there to reinforce those miters. But as far as using it for like a whole project like this, I haven't done it. So I'm going a little overkill, I think, just to get some use out of it. So every single joint has four 10mm dominoes, just because I had the space in there for them, and you know, why not, I guess. If I'm gonna finally use this tool, I might as well put it to good use and use up some of the dominoes that I have, because I have the whole like assortment pack, and I haven't really used much of any of them either in that 3-year span. All the joinery is done, and now the last thing to do as far as like stuff goes is going to be to put the panels in here. I'm going to be putting cherry panels, so the cherry solid floating panel things in here and on that end as well. And I think that's going to make for a really nice look, a nice contrast against the lighter ash. Because the ash does tend to have a little bit of a red hue to it in some parts. The heartwood does. So I think it's going to play nicely with the dark reds of the cherry. But I guess we'll see. So I'm going to show you my big stack of ash outside. So back here I have my ash all stacked and ready for drying. I just love the way these things look like this. Just something about it. I don't know. This looks cool. But I love these levelers. I'm making a few more of those. You can see I kind of set up a new stack over here when I have a log right here, and I'll have another stack about this tall right in front here, and these will be all ready to go, and I can forget about them for a while. Now, one question that I did get, I think it was on Facebook, was how stable the stack is like this. Once you get them strapped together and you get the whole stack strapped like this, in order to actually move a slab, you have to move the weight of the entire stack. So if I get in here and actually try and like torque this thing over, I can't even tell if it's moving. But that's a good way to hurt yourself. Now, another question I usually get about European stacking like this is why don't cover it, or you know, how's the rain situation work? Well, with the log assembled in the way that it was cut, you have this nice curvature here, so as it rains or as rain falls on it, the rain just kind of cascades off the side of the stack, and it's not really that big of an issue. Some rainwater can get in here and kind of wet the edges here. It's not really that big of a deal. A little surface moisture will dry off pretty quickly. Doesn't really make a difference. The nice thing about being out here like this, as you can tell right now, is a little breeze going on, so there is plenty of airflow through here, and this actually dries pretty quickly. So that's outside. Let's head back into the shop and take a look at some viewer projects. First this week is a rocking bassinet by Peter. Peter liked the bassinet that I built, and he changed the proportions a bit so the mattress would be level with the bed, and he also changed all the material to be 3/4 of an inch thick. Peter is new to woodworking, and this was his first project using lumber that's not from the home center. The wood is from a tree from his yard that was killed by the emerald ash borer. The joinery on the bassinet is all Morrison tenon, and the finish is a semi-gloss wipe-on poly. Next is a tool cabinet by Blake. Blake compiled photos and ideas from tool cabinets from online and came up with this cabinet for himself. He did leave a small amount of room for some future tool purchases, but had to order the remaining sweethearts as the empty slots were killing him. Next is a bed turned into a bench by Yoni. He's 17 years old and has been woodworking and wood turning for a couple of years now. He was asked to make a bench from an old bed by someone who had the bed in their family for many generations. I'll leave a link to the YouTube video while making this bench so you can check that out as well. Last this week is a Chinese elm table by Bob. The top is made from a 3-inch thick slice of Chinese elm with a bark inclusion incorporated into the relief carving of a Special Forces unit crest. He inlaid several of his challenge coins, and the finish is a 2-part epoxy glaze. So I'm pretty excited about this porch swing project. I think it's a really fun spring project, and it's definitely an accessible one. I am building this, even though I'm building it out of ash, I'm building it all out of standard dimension material, so it's all made out of essentially 2x4s and 2x6s, so the materials could be a little more accessible to people. Good, I guess, beginner-ish project, depending on where you're at in that. So, looking forward to getting this thing done, wrapped up, and getting a fun woodworking video out pretty soon. Speaking of videos, I am working through a bit of backlog of all the videos I've shot that I'm working on editing. So I'm going to be releasing those, as soon as I have them done, but things might kind of seem a little out of place chronologically. Not that any video would depend on a previous one or whatever, but it might be like it's May and it looks like it's February, it looks like it's March or something. April was kind of a goofy month for me, so I kind of fell behind with all the videos I was trying to get out for April. So that's where that's all at right now. And one last thing, if you missed last week's update, I'm going to be in the Houston area at the beginning of July. There'll be more information down there in the description, but there'll be a meetup on July 7th, and then on July 8th, I'll be speaking at the Woodworkers Club of Houston. I'll be doing 6 sessions with them. I'm looking forward to that. A lot of fun topics there. So, yeah, I think that's about it for this week. Thank you, as always, for watching. I greatly appreciate it. If you have any questions or comments about anything I talked about today, anything here in my shop, please feel free to leave me a comment. As always, I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have. And until next time, happy woodworking.